What is up, my friends? You're very welcome along to tonight's late night agenda, where you know what I'm going to be asking you to do. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section about the topics I speak about. Drop a like on the video and please do hit that subscribe button. Look, I'm going to go through it quickly tonight because there are four topics I want to discuss. Gvardiol and why I want him at Liverpool, FSG and the latest developments on their sale or investment to the club. I want to talk to you a little bit about Steve Highway, and I want to talk to you about Jack Aid. And let's start off with Jack Aid, who has been poached by Michael Beale to be part of his backroom staff after Michael Beale moved to become Rangers manager from leaving QPR. Obviously, he knew Jack Aid from their time working together. Jack Aid worked as Elite Fitness Development or in Elite Fitness Development at Liverpool Football Club. Don't let anybody try and spin this or make it out to be a bigger deal than it is to you. The media are probably going to be looking to stick the boot in and say that Liverpool are in crisis. I don't believe that to be the case whatsoever. It's just probably a step up in this guy's career. He'd probably get more responsibility up there in a more senior role than he would have had at Liverpool, and everybody wants to progress in their career. So wish Jack the best with his move. Now we move on to Steve Highway. Yes, that's Steve Highway, the one that was on the wing when we had dreams and songs to sing. Well, he has retired from coaching today at the age of, I think, 75 after quite a long time with Liverpool Football Club. He did have a break, but then came back initially as a consultant to the club before being back into his coaching role. So look, Steve Highway is a legendary figure, and I couldn't let this video pass without at least giving him a mention. So yeah, we wish Steve Highway all the best in his retirement, and what an addition, what a part of the Liverpool story Steve Highway has been. Now we move on to the two sexy parts, I guess, of tonight's video. Which one to go with first? Let's go with Gvardiol, because I'm sure his performances for Croatia at the World Cup haven't escaped you. They certainly haven't escaped me. And as much as we probably don't need another centre-back, I want us to go and try and get this guy. From what I believe, Chelsea are interested in him as well. But if you look at his story as a football person himself, he said that he loves the Premier League. He said that growing up he was watching the Premier League and was a Liverpool fan. Now, that doesn't mean anything really in transfers. Players go to wherever the best deal is, wherever the best project is. But I can't say that I haven't got a bit of match of the day fever about this guy. His performances have been quite simply epic, and he's a warrior. And everyone knows you need a Croatian to win the Champions League. So I don't know if Leipzig are going to sell him. I'd imagine Leipzig being a selling club, there is a number. And whatever that number is, as long as it's realistic, I think we'd be foolish not to be in that conversation. For me, yes, we have Joe Gomez, we have Ibrahim Konate, Virgil van Dijk and Joel Matip, but at least one of those is a bit questionable for my liking. I'll leave you to figure out which one I think that is. So I would love to see us go out and bring in another centre-back. And I think if we were to do it, this is the guy right here. He looks legit. And I don't know what Leipzig do to produce these centre-backs, but they have unearthed yet another gem here. So Josko Gvardiol, I'd love to see him at Liverpool Football Club. I know a lot of you guys would as well. So let me know your thoughts on it, and who would you think Liverpool would look to move on if indeed we did have to move somebody on to free up a space. You know, you can talk about having 5 centre-backs at the club, and I'm not against it, but we know Klopp likes to work with a relatively tight squad. Gomez, of course, signed a new contract just a couple of months ago, so doesn't look like he'll be going anywhere soon, even though, okay, I'll admit it, Joe's probably the one I'd sell, if I'm being honest. He's too hit and miss. You can look at Joe Gomez sometimes and you see a Rolls Royce of a defender, somebody who you can't believe Liverpool got for the price they did those years ago when he came in from, who did he come in from in the end? One of the London clubs, wasn't it? My mind will get back around to that one in a second. I know you're sitting at home right now. Charlton, there you go. I know you were sitting at home right now screaming at me, it's Charlton, Craig, it's Charlton. So yeah, look, I just don't know about Joe. There's times where I'm very nervous at his ball watching. There's times where I think he loses concentration. And I can't lie, I do think it would be an upgrade if we sold him and got Gvardiol, but I also don't think it's very likely, having Liverpool just giving him a new deal, that Klopp will then go, oh, you know what, Joe, time to sell. But I guess football's a harsh business, and you can't have sentiment for me in the game. So look, for me, I'd love to see this guy come in. I've heard Chelsea sniffing around as well. Let me know your thoughts on it. And then the final topic that I wanted to bring to you guys tonight was some news coming out of Boston, particularly from the Boston Globe, which, if I'm not mistaken, is owned by FSG. And that has been this newspaper has been a source of many updates on the FSG sale, or maybe not sale as the case may be. The latest stuff coming out is that apparently FSG are leaning more towards investment in the club now rather than a straight sale. Now, I'm going to try and explain this to the best of my ability, but please don't think I'm trying to be any financial expert here. What I believe may happen if Liverpool Football Club take on an investment, FSG have a couple of options. And again, if you're more clued in than this than me, which I'm sure a lot of you will be, please do help me out in the comment section. What I believe to be the case will be, there's two options. If FSG decide that they want to, let's just say, sell half the football club, just as an example. If they wanted to sell 50% of what they still own at the football club, they could sell it, they could pocket the money, and they could sail off into the sunset, take that money, reinvest it in another sports club, or put it in their bank accounts, do whatever they want in it. Or there's option two, where FSG will dilute their own shareholding and increase, or what's the phrase I'm looking for here? Make new shares available by diluting down their own shareholding and let somebody buy into the club. That would see the money then go into Liverpool's bank accounts to be spent on whatever the club deems it needs to be used for. So basically, FSG would dilute down their own shareholding and they will bring somebody on board who will get new shares, and those shares will see the money reinvested back into the club. Now, the obvious question that a lot of people will ask next is, why on earth would FSG do that and not take the money themselves? I guess the only answer I can give you from my limited understanding of all of this would be that FSG would be banking that that new investor or that new partner would help add value to the club going forward, and that in the long term, the club will be valued at an asset at more than it would have been if FSG were to just sell half of it now. That's my very, very limited understanding of it all. But it isn't the full sale that we've kind of been hearing about over the past few weeks. I don't know if this is a bit of a change of heart from FSG after Manchester United then went up for sale after us. I don't know if there hasn't been an attractive enough proposition for FSG. Maybe they haven't had the numbers that they wanted, and by that I mean 3.5 billion upwards. Or maybe somebody else has come to them with a plan for investment that they think they can work going forward with. So everything as of right now is still on the table. A majority investment, a minority investment, and a sale. But as per the Boston Globe and one of their reporters, it seems that FSG at this particular moment in time are slightly leaning towards the investment side of it. And I'm sound. I don't mind if FSG take on an investment, because all I want, and I'm sure all you guys want, is Jurgen Klopp to have the best players at his disposal that we can give him as a club, and for Liverpool to be competitive on the pitch. I know that there are people who will want sugar daddies. I know that there are people who want state-backed funds. I know that there are people who don't want this and do want that. For me, FSG, I lost all belief when the Super League stuff came around. All trust was broken. But I can't not acknowledge that they're relatively steady owner. So if a new investment came in that was going to give Jurgen Klopp 250 million to go out and spend in the transfer market to bring in Jude Bellingham and bring in Gvardiol or bring in another couple of midfielders, that would do for me, my friends. I might be that fickle, but that would do for me. I want to know what you guys think in the comment section. And as I said, everything as of right now still on the table. Minority investment, majority investment, and sale. Just the latest twist is that it looks like it could be investment rather than a straightforward sale. So just to recap, we spoke about Gvardiol. I want to know your thoughts on him. Would you have him at Liverpool? And if so, who, if anybody, would you sell? Also want to know your thoughts on the ownership situation. Of course, we give our regards to Steve Highway, who retired from coaching at LFT today, and Liverpool's Jack A, the Elite Fitness Development Officer, I believe, has gone up to join Michael Beale at Rangers. That's where we are at the moment, my friends. What a day we've had at the World Cup as well. I'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. Thank you for your time. Do drop a like on the video, and I will see you soon. Much love. Bye-bye.